Hello, adventurers. My name is Chris, and welcome back to more Dragon Age Origins. Now, last episode, we finished clearing out the Circle Tower, which had been completely overrun with abominations, demons, all thanks to, well, more or less one guy, Uldred. Uldred, who was at Ostagar. In fact, he was the one we spoke to at the table with King Cailan and Loghain, and was the guy who was going to light the beacon in the watchtower, right? And so he decides to not. I don't even know if a coup is the right word. He planned a takeover of the tower, right? And ended up getting he himself ended up getting possessed by a pride demon, which was massive and huge and really cool, really dangerous. And we took him down. We took him down, and not gonna lie, that entire experience, it really paints a picture, right? But before we get into that, we're pretty popular because Loghain has now sent an assassin after us, and that means we're making a difference. That means we're causing enough of a disruption that we could interfere with the plans. Now, it is interesting from his point of view. We are more or less a threat to the unification of Ferelden, because he too is trying to unify Ferelden, just in a different way, and in a way kind of being a little bit more deceitful about it, but at the same time, it's it very much feels like the means, the ends justify the means, right, for what he's doing, because in order for Ferelden to survive this, right, he's willing to do, you know, what's got to be done. But he didn't like the idea of the assassin, right? Because he is still, to an extent, I believe it, right? Even though I maybe shouldn't, but you know, there's some honor left in him, and sending an assassin for us seems it's beneath. It seems dishonorable, right? In a way. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But his expression and response was very much not into it, but he agreed to it anyway, because at the end of the day, he deems that we need to be stopped. So that's going to be an interesting situation when that comes up. We meet this assassin, right? But real quick, before we press on, I want to talk about the mages, because this really this is this and Connor, right? Uldred and Connor are two incredible examples of why it totally makes sense. Why the Circle Tower exists, the Circle exists, right? And the laws of mages exist, right? And I could be a pretty empathetic person, right? But it's dangerous to be so empathetic, you know, that it's to be dangerously empathetic to the point where it actually causes more harm, in a way, right? It's like, don't be so open-minded that your brain falls out. That kind of a thing, you know? And looking at the laws, it totally makes sense. Because when you account for the fact that mages can be possessed by demons, the moment you show magical affinity in some way, right, you are instantly, instantly a magnet for demons, no matter what. Demon spirits, immediately. You might not know it, but you are. And that's the scary thing, right? On top of the fact that you are wielding probably one of the most, the if not the most powerful force, you know, in the world, right? Magic, to wield magic is incredible. And so initially you think, oh, your family's being ripped apart, kids are being taken the second they show that they have magical ability, you know, mages running wild in the world unchecked, apostates and all that. And of course my initial feelings at the beginning, since the beginning, were very much like, oh well, that's really shitty, that happens, right? Like, it's a crime to be a mage, practically, right? But it's not exactly that, right? The rules are in place for a reason. And these two, Connor and Uldred, really showed exactly why, right? Because having a child that is a mage but is untrained, unknowledgeable of anything, doesn't matter if she got a private tutor for him. It's irrelevant. It's the fact that Connor was susceptible, and he didn't have the means to resist it or avoid it, and he didn't have anyone around him that could have potentially been there to intercept or aid in this happening, like if it happened in the tower, right? And so it's like a protection for the mages themselves and everybody else. And it feels, what's the way to say it? Like, it feels bad on the surface to basically be told, you're a mage, so you're inherently dangerous, and you kind of are treated incredibly differently because of something you didn't ask for, right? But at the same time, it's it's not in a cruelty kind of way. It's genuinely like, you need to understand what you wield, right? And to know how to do it for your own protection and everyone else's protection, because this is incredibly volatile stuff, right? Like something as simple as Wynn's story before she got sent to the tower, right? She got bullied and she lit this dude's hair on fire. And it's like, that was like an upset. Like, what if she was a worse kind of person? You just killed him, lit the whole house on fire. Who knows, right? And it's, or maybe she would have done it by accident, in a fit of rage or high emotions. Maybe didn't mean to, in a way, right? In a alternate situation, plus, even if you have a kid who's like, oh well, I'm not even going to use my magic, that's okay. The other side that they have to be knowledgeable about is the possession by spirits. Is because even if you don't use your magic, right? Spirits on the other side, through the Fade, are going to come for you. And that's a big deal, which is what Uldred showed us, as well as Connor. And one slip with Connor like that, I mean, he made the deal. But that's not the point. The point is whether he made the deal or forced to be possessed. The end result is the massive amount of death at Redcliffe, the absolute massacre that had been happening for days and days and days and weeks, right? Constantly. And nobody was able to stop it. No word got out. Nobody was able to send for aid, and no aid came. And it was only going to get worse. And it's like, that's a prime example of as cruel as it feels to send Connor away the moment he shows his magical abilities, right? Or his ability to, you know, use magic. It is for his safety and everybody else's safety because of how potentially dangerous it is to be a mage. And it's not their fault, which is the other big thing. It's not their fault that they're a mage. They didn't ask for this, but this is who they are, and this is what it is. Right? And it is that and Uldred got possessed by a pride demon, one of the most, because there's a greater pride demon. So I'm gonna go put pride demon, second strongest demon, right? He got possessed by that, and was able to constantly mutate everybody, multiple mages in the tower, into abominations constantly. And the Templars themselves couldn't stop it. That's how bad it was. That's how strong this was that the Templars couldn't stop it and the other mages couldn't stop it. Together they couldn't stop it. Because of one dude. And the right of annulment is completely valid when you think about it. It's, again, that's why as an empathetic person, I can see where too much empathy would cause this and way, way worse things to happen. Right? Because the right of annulment, as much as it would have been really sketchy to be like, I can't tell if every mage is compromised or not, but to let any of that escape the tower would have been astronomically worse. So it makes sense. It makes sense. And I think that's just it's part of the really interesting world building of Dragon Age. Right? Is it's not all fun and wonderful, and the things that in other media where it's like, oh, you're a sorcerer, a wizard, you're a mage, it's like, yeah, this is cool. It's like here it's like it is cool, but there's so many other things that come with that make it scary and dangerous. And I really like that it's so there's so many layers to it, you know. But that's my TED talk on mages for right now. I just thought that was really interesting, and I've been thinking about that since we dealt with Connor, and once we confronted and finished everything with Uldred, right? And now we're here. Connor's free. He's okay. And we now have been tasked with finding the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Somehow. We're going to find him, right? We have to go look into Brother Genetivi over in Denerim and see what he's got as far as leads go. So he's the closest one to the urn, or any clues to the urn. Now, before we do that, we gotta go turn in our Chantry Board quest. But on our way out, do a couple of things.
You're the one who saved me.
I am. That's me. But technically it was Morgan. And I feel like that's fair. Give credit. Right? It was a group effort, but Morgan agreed and did actually go in there.
Then, I guess I owe her thanks. Father always said to remember to thank people who do nice things for you. I hope Father gets better soon. He will, won't he?
Yeah. Of course.
How long will Father be sick for? He looks like he's sleeping.
He's is having a rough one, right? Because Connor doesn't remember anything. He has
Now's better than later.
no remembrance. Ooh, Aveline, Knight of Orlais. Aveline was born to an Elysian farmer near the city of Halam-Sharal in the early half of the Storm Age. She was a large and ugly baby, and her father had hoped for a boy. Not wanting another mouth to feed, the farmer left Aveline in the woods to die from exposure. A traveling band of Dalish elves came upon the crying child. The elves took her into their clan and raised her as their own. They taught her archery, dueling, survival skills. When she came of age, she was larger and stronger than most women, let alone elven women. Her adopted parents knew that she was a fine warrior, so they encouraged her to enter a human tournament in nearby Montsimard. But women were not permitted to join the knighthood in Orlais, nor to compete in a tournament, so Aveline joined the tournament as a man. Her clan forged a suit of armor, the full helm, and gave her an ironbark sword of the finest quality. Aveline entered the competition claiming to be a knight of Antiva. She refused to doff her helmet, even during the archery competition. And sure enough, Aveline bested many other knights until, in the grand melee, she came upon Caleva, a knight who served the emperor and was considered the finest in the land. This fucking guy. Caleva was determined not to be beaten and struck swiftly and strongly. As Aveline matched each of his blows, Caleva grew even more frustrated. Finally, in desperation, he tripped Aveline and threw her to the ground. The blow knocked her helm from her head, and Caleva was shamed. He called to have the competition declared invalid, but the crowd booed and jeered. In anger, Caleva turned and slew Aveline as she lay helpless. Pisses me off, man. The son of the emperor, Prince Freyan, was also present at the tourney. He too had been beaten by Aveline, but he recognized her skill and bravery and was saddened by the injustice of her death. Upon rising to the emperor's seat in 744 Storm, Freyan abolished the law that disallowed women from joining the Orlesian knighthood and posthumously knighted Aveline. Although women on the Elysian knighthood are still a rarity today, all those who do become knights revere Sir Aveline as their patron. Aveline, Knight of Orlais, by Lord Francois Mine. 8-4 Blessed. It's incredible. It is incredibly frustrating. Because that's such bullshit. Lost. And then just in the middle of the tournament, just kills her. Like, what a bitch. God.
That poor little boy. I just can't bear to think what he must have gone through. I wonder what happened to all the other castle servants that were here. Do you think they all died? Or did they run away?
I'm pretty sure they left the castle one way or another. In some way. So, there's that. Oh, I don't think we were here before.
I wonder what happened to all the other castle servants that were here. Do you think they all died?
I mean, who knows? Ooh. Don't mind me. The Guardians of Ferelden. A genealogical. A gift. It's a book. This book traces the line of Aurelian back to the time of the Almari clans. Doesn't seem to have been read much. Yeah, that's right. Can I... Okay, that goes to the main floor. So not yet.
Oh, there's so much to be cleaned up. I don't want to even think about what happened here.
I
Yeah.
suppose you can't blame the boy, even if he has magic. His death wouldn't have helped anything, would it?
True. Ooh, stone dragon statuette. I wonder who would like that. Think about it. It's a nice rooms. Oh my god. It is a castle. Why am I surprised? Journey of the Tranquil. Journal of the Tranquil. Some laugh at me. I no longer mind. Once upon a time, I studied as they did. I learned under the tutelage of an enchanter and attempted to master the art of bending magic to my will, and while I did well enough, I know that I struggled. I saw the way the enchanter looked at me, the sidelong glances of worry and disappointment. While other apprentices were conjuring fire, I could barely light a candle. I was frightened of magic. When I was a boy, my grandmother regaled me with tales of the terrible Flemeth, the Witch of the Wilds. She told me of the Magisters and how their evil magic infected the world with the Darkspawn. She told me of demons and how they were drawn to the dreams of those who possessed magic like moths to a flame. She told me of all these things because, she said, the talent ran in our family's blood. And so it ran in mine. All my young life I had dreaded the thought, prayed to the Maker, that I was not so cursed, but I knew otherwise. Deep in my heart, I knew. When the Templars came to our home, I knew. The Mage's Tower was terrifying, full of secrets and danger. The Templars glared at me as if I could spring full into abomination before their very eyes. My enchanter patiently attempted to teach me to marshal my willpower. My only defense should a demon attempt to enslave me. But it was no use. How many nights did I cry myself to sleep in that dark, lonely place? Then my harrowing came at last. My final test. Face a demon, they said, or submit to the rite of tranquility. They would sever my connection to the Fade, and thus I would never dream, and no demon could ever touch me. But I would also be unable to do magic, and I would never feel an emotion ever again. Facing the demon was certain death, so my choice was easy. It was not so painful. Now I serve in other ways. We Tranquil manage the archives. We run the tower, purchase the supplies, and maintain the accounts. Our condition also allows us to use the magical element lyrium without ill effect, and thus we are the ones who enchant the magical items. We are the merchants who sell items to those the circle permits, and the coin from those sales provides the circle's wealth. Thus we Tranquil are vital. The young and old may stare at me, ill at ease, but they would be worse off without me. They may think of me a failure, but there is no horror for me now. I feel no fear of what I am. The shadows are merely shadows, and I am content. Ed the Meek, Tranquil of the Circle of Magi, of Starkhaven, the Free Marches. That's cool, that's a different tower. See, yeah, this is it's sad, right? But this seems like the most real, and almost like a normal response to this, right? Like you have magic and it's like, oh, that's cool, but then you hear of all the terrible things, and it's easy to focus on the bad stuff versus the good things. But you know, Flemeth, the Witch of the Wilds, Darkspawn, demons drawn to you through your dreams, right? And you're like, oh god, I don't want that. And you know you probably can't avoid it. because it's in your blood. So whether you want it or not, it's going to happen. Likely. And then trying to teach him, crying himself to sleep. It's so sad. And then they tell you the harrowing, right? The final test, which was we were in the harrowing chamber, which I guess is where they do that. Right? Face the demon. So basically the final test as a mage, you face a demon or you become tranquil. That's it. You do not have a choice. That's wild. Because they need to know that you can resist it. Right? They need to know you can resist it. But if you don't have faith in yourself that you can resist it, you need to become tranquil. Which again, sounds like a really cruel choice. But it's purely it's so fucked up to say it, right? But it's like it's all because of mage. It's not personal. It's not personal. It feels personal, but it's not personal. It's not because of you for who you are. It's because of the nature of magi, the magic and everything. Damn. So he's like, no, that's easy. Make me tranquil. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to risk that. Demon possession? No thanks. And did not have any confidence in fighting a demon. Not at all. Which again, also feels like a pretty normal thing. Normal feeling. But made the choice. An Ash Warrior Axe. Pretty cool. Another book. Geography of Ferelden. The Kingdom of Ferelden is the southernmost civilized nation in Thedas. Although some scholars dispute that claim to civilization, it is perhaps the most physically isolated of all the kingdoms of Thedas. To the east is the Amaranthine Ocean, to the north the Waking Sea, and to the south the Kokari Wilds, which in the summer months are a vast peat bog, and in the winter become a treacherous labyrinth of iced-over waterways. The Frostback Mountains guard the western border, and only a narrow plain between the mountains and the sea allows travel between Ferelden and Orlais. Most of the land in the central portion of the kingdom, called Benorn, is open plains. These are crossed by the remnants of an ancient Tevinter highway that once connected Val Royeaux and Ostagar on the edge of the Kokari Wilds. The western part of Ferelden is dominated by Lake Calenhad, a huge caldera filled by the runoff of glaciers from nearby mountains. Lake Calenhad is home to the famed fortress of Redcliffe, as well as the Circle Tower, which houses Ferelden's Circle of Magi. In the east is the vast Brazilian forest, which the superstitious locals profess to be haunted, and from which rises the Dragon's Peak, a solitary mountain that guards the capital city of Denerim. Oh, that's cool. So we might not have to go through the forest to get to Denerim. We might have to cross Dragon's Peak, because it guards Denerim. What a cool mountain. That sounds like a cool mountain. I like that. Really paints a picture. I am obsessed with the lore in this game. Truly. And the thing is, there's so many more for us to read. It's great. It's so good. Okay, let's chat with you guys before we go.
Many good folk died here, but now is the time for rebuilding. With luck, we may yet restore Redcliffe to its former glory.
That's the spirit. Van Tegan.
You return. Might you have news?
I came downstairs. Let's see. What's Arl Eamon's condition? Grey King calling Eamon's knights back. I'd like to talk about Jowan. See, Jowan's an interesting situation because it's like we had this motive. We had a talk with him about like what about his fate, and realistically, I mean, I stand by. I think Arl Eamon should be the one that decides his fate at the end of the day, but I don't think he should completely go free. But I don't know if like execution. I don't know because at the same time, right? He did. I mean, everything was deceitful. That's the problem. Is it's like if it was he was here to train and tutor Connor, and he ended up getting manipulated by Loghain to poison Eamon. That it's like he has like at least some redeeming part of him, which was like he was being helpful and kind and good before this, but he got either blackmailed or manipulated. Basically, my point is, he still poisoned him. He still tried to kill him, and whether that was under orders, he was manipulated, blackmailed, whatever, he still did it. And I think if Jowan thinks he's innocent, then he can say something about it. But at the end of the day, he still did it, right? It's like he accidentally did it. It's not like oops, right? And you could say, in a way, you could be like, oh well, he's a, he could be a victim in this too. But I mean, at where does the line stop? Between him being, a victim of like coercion or forced or maybe threatened, something like that, right? And it's like, oh, if you don't poison the Arl, we're gonna report you to the Templars. We're gonna hand you over directly, and they'll execute you. But if you do this for us, we won't say anything. You know? And at that point, but that's a very specific scenario that may or may not be happening. But we'll talk about Jowan later. Are you calling Eamon's knights back?
Yes, but they are returning slowly. No doubt the war's progress, as well as the Darkspawns, hinders many of them.
That's fair.
Then I must resume my duties. The civil war continues, and Loghain is no doubt angered Redcliffe has not been disabled. Good luck, my friend. I hope this continues to go well for all our sakes.
He's so mad. I mean, he got mad enough he's gonna send an assassin after us.
It is good you resolved this demon business. Now we must either revive the Arl or allow Bantegan to take his place.
Now, we don't, no offense to Bantegan, but the Arl should definitely be the one that comes back. I think it was this way, where we came in secretly. Yeah. Just see if there's anything else left behind. Oh, hey, look at him. There he
They're
is.
keeping me here until the Arl revives. If he revives. I suppose that's better than nothing.
That's better than nothing, and that's better than what would happen if they sent you away. So, we'll see, man. Good luck. Anything else in here? Doesn't seem like it. I guess just the passage. Okay. Just trying to be thorough. I know I kind of shot through here before.
Better than later.
Cool. Let's go turn turn this in. See how this bonus does for us. Collecting all the extra gall. It's worth it. I think it was worth it. Kicking myself that I couldn't even save the mayor.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
3 sovereigns. Ooh, unintended consequences. An urgent plea from Brother Baird. Something is stalking the wilds, killing the good merchants who support our towns in these difficult times. One would assume that this is the reason the Chantry employs the use of the Templars, but they are mindful of a simple brother's plea. I understand they have the Darkspawn and the constant threat of uncontrolled magic to contend with, but are they not meant to protect the common people? Whatever the source of this thing, whatever unconscionable force has unleashed it, someone must make the road safe again. All we know is that it's not an animal, bandit, or darkspawn. If anyone will stand, I'll provide my own wealth as compensation. Alright, you got it. Alright, nothing new.
Maker's blessings upon you, Warden.
Thank you. Thank you. Alright. Alright, so let's see. This is taking us to Denerim. The Chanter's Board. Be on the lookout when traveling. It may find you. That's cool. And then the Wason in Denerim. And then that'll potentially clear that out too. Alright. I think we're in a good spot. Let's head back to the world. Let's go. Now, we have to go to Denerim, which is all the way over here. There's a lot of reasons to go here. There's many reasons to go here. But I'm going to take care of some unfinished business real quick. And we came over to Redcliffe from, and we got to go back. So I feel confident that we can handle this. Ooh.
Sire, I have more news. Yes. Well, it seems that the fighting has gone
Enough.
exactly as you...
I would like to know what you intend to accomplish, Father. Should we not be fighting the Darkspawn instead of each other?
The nobility should be brought into line and then the Darkspawn defeated. This is no true blight, Honora. Only Kaelin's vanity demanded it be so.
Beg pardon, sire. But blight or no, we may not have the manpower to face the Darkspawn soon.
Kaelin approached your legions for support, did he
Never!
not?
Marek and I drove those bastards out! We'll not roll out the welcome for them now.
We need help, Father. We cannot deal with this crisis alone.
Ferelden will stand on its own. I will lead it through this, Honora. You must have faith in me.
Did you kill Kaelin?
Kaelin's death was his own doing.
Called him out. Well, things aren't going too good up there. Oh, that's fascinating. First off, the fact that she was... Did you kill Caitlin? He didn't say no. And that's the thing. Oh, God. She knows. She knows some bullshit. But, okay. Fascinatingly, him saying that him and Merrick drove the Orlesians out, right? He's so mad about it because, again, the Orlesians invaded, tried to take over, And for a period of time, they did. And that's so cool. That it's cool because on the Patreon that's linked in the description below, we're reading the book for the Stolen Throne, and it seems to be it's going over that bit of story, and I think that's so cool, right? And so seeing him get mad at the idea of asking the Orlesians for aid so makes sense. It's so passionate. It's like, so I don't blame him on that. I think him resisting it makes sense, but at the same time, the fact that they asked for aid shows that they weren't taking chances. And I think that's really a huge thing, because it calls back to everything at Ostagar, right? And even now, Loghain still doesn't think this is a true blight. And that mindset is going to screw things up. Because Kalen was preparing for it to be a blight. Even if it wasn't, he was preparing for it like it was. Right? He brought the mages, the forces, he had Loghain's men, he had all of these, the Grey Wardens, all of this stuff at Ostagar, fully prepared for this to be like a huge thing. But Loghain's downplaying it the whole time. And the thing that, and it just, it messes with me, because he's not an idiot, but he's so willing to be like, this isn't a true blight, so therefore I'm not going to take it as seriously, right? And I get it, like the archdemon has not showed itself yet, so it's like that's the true sign of a blight. And so what is he gonna, so what's his plan if it does show up, right? He's gonna be like, oh shit, this was a blight after all, oops, you know? And he's uniting the nobility, and then they're gonna defeat the Darkspawn. The way he's going about it, this is interesting.
Oh, thank the Maker. We need help. They attacked the wagon. Please help us. Follow me. I'll take you to them.
To who? I don't know if I trust that. I don't know if I trust you. That's a little too convenient. Oh, you smug bitch. My god. Fucking knew it. Rat behavior. Oh shit. Okay, he's already here? Okay.
The Grey Warden dies here!
Is that right? Oh my god. There's a lot of you guys. Oh my god. Okay. Holy jeez. This section. Oh no, help. They attacked the wack. Come here. It's like, I've seen this before. I've seen this before. I will let her do her thing. Oh. There we go. Perfect. Oh. Okay, wait. Oh. Nice. Get out of here. Okay, you. Oh, you're going up there? Nah, take this guy out. Take him out. Then you attack him. And then we gotta start picking these guys off.
Ah, this really gets the blood pumping. Now we get our hands dirty.
Whoop. There we go. Where's the... There he is. Okay, going after that, we're gonna do this. Oh. The damn death root's in the way. Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, you're done.
Right.
Nice. Ooh. The elven assassin is wounded and unconscious, but alive. You can tie him up. Talk to him, if you wished. Kill him now. No. Information. Always.
Oh, what? I rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet.
Not yet. I have some questions that could be easily rectified. I decided I want to torture you first. Quiet. You'll answer when spoken to. I have some questions.
Ah, so I am to be interrogated. Let me save you some time. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly.
Damn. He just says it. Okay. I mean, remember, it's not really allegiance, right? It's bought and paid for. I'm rather happy you failed. What are the Antivan Crows? Who hired you to kill us? Why are you telling me all this? Alright, I'm done. What are the Antivan Crows?
This elf is a crow. That makes sense. They are an order of assassins out of Antiva. I understand they almost run that nation, and are hired only at great expense.
Quite right. I'm surprised you haven't heard much of the Crows out here. Back where I come from, we're rather infamous.
So I've read. This is actually pretty exciting that we're being hunted down by one. And now here we are. Not for being good assassins, I see. Damn. Came all this way from Antiva?
Not precisely. I was in the neighborhood when the offer came. The Crows get around, you see.
I see. Who hired you to kill us?
A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Loghain, I think his name was. Yes, that's it.
Just throws it out there. Does that mean you're loyal to Loghain?
I have no idea what his issues are with you. The usual, I imagine. You threaten his power, yes? Beyond that, no, I am not loyal to him. I was contracted to perform a service.
Just business. And now that you failed that service?
Oh, well, that's between Loghain and the Crows, and between the Crows and myself.
That's true, just because you failed doesn't mean you're not a crow anymore. In between you and me.
Isn't that what we're establishing now?
Ah, see, he's getting it. He's picking it up. When were you to see him next?
I wasn't. If I had succeeded, I would have returned home and the crows would have informed your Loghain of the results, if he didn't already know. If I had failed, I would be dead, or I should be, at least as far as the crows are concerned. No need to see Loghain then.
Oh, wow. So, if you fail, you would be dead. So the idea is, the only way an Antivan crow fails is by death. Like, you die. If you would fail?
What can I say, huh? I am an eternal optimist. Although the chances of succeeding at this point seem a bit slim, don't they? No, I don't suppose you'd find that funny, would you?
He's something. He's... You know, he's a good sport for somebody who just got beaten and might be killed. As far as he's concerned. How much were you paid?
I wasn't paid anything. The crows, however, were paid quite handsomely, or so I understand. Which does make me about as poor as a chantry mouse, come to think of it. Being an Antivan crow isn't for the ambitious, to be perfectly honest.
Huh. So some of it doesn't trickle down? Or maybe very little? Then why you are one?
Well, aside from a distinct lack of ambition, I suppose it's because I wasn't given much of a choice. The crows bought me young. I was a bargain, too, or so I'm led to believe. But don't let my sad story influence you. The crows aren't so bad. They keep one well supplied. Wine, women, men, whatever you happen to fancy. Though the whole severance package is garbage, let me tell you. If you're considering joining, I'd really think twice about it.
The severance package? Okay. Bought him? They bought him as a child? That's not great. It's not a great sign. They're an assassination organization. Or they have some kind of, like, higher moral code. I say what they did that to him, they probably did it to others. So they child slave trade, and then they raise them as assassins. Whoa. That's intense. What the fuck? I almost feel bad for him now. Thanks. I'll take that under advisement.
You seem like a bright lad. I'm sure you've other options.
Why are you telling me all this?
Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for sale, precisely.
There, that is. It's kind of funny. They never think about paying for silence. They always pay for the service, but they pay to kill somebody, but they never pay them to not talk about it. That's interesting. Oh, Loghain. Aren't you at least loyal to your employers? Were you paid to talk my ear off then? There's no reason for me to believe anything you say. Aren't you at least loyal to your employers?
Loyalty is an interesting concept. If you wish, and you're done interrogating me, we can discuss it further.
Loyalty is interesting. It starts and stops with money. I'm listening. Make it quick.
Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so my life is forfeit. That's how it works. If you don't kill me, the crows will. Thing is, I like living. And you obviously are the sort to give the crows pause, so let me serve you instead.
What? What? I think it's I like living. Fair. So it is that if you either succeeds or he fails, and if he fails, he dies. Because they will kill him. Failure is quite literally not an option. Well, it is an option, it's just your last option. Can I expect the same amount of loyalty from you? What's to stop you from finishing the job later? Just think I'm royally stupid. What do you want in return? Why would I want your service? So he's just gonna hang out? Or what do you want in return?
Well, let's see. Being allowed to live would be nice, and would make me marginally more useful to you. And somewhere down the line, if you should decide that you no longer have need of me, then I go on my way. Until then, I am yours. Is that fair?
Wow, this is... I don't know. It's weird to not have strings attached or anything. It's like, so... Oh. Huh. So... Okay. If it's like, oh, is he going to finish the job later? What chance does he have doing it later versus now? Why would I want your service?
Why? Because I am skilled at many things, from fighting to stealth and picking locks. I could also warn you should the Antivan crows attempt something more sophisticated, now that my attempts have failed. I also know a great many jokes. 12 massage techniques, 6 different card games. I do wonderful at parties, no?
Okay. 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 Now we're talking. Nice to you offer. Can I expect the same amount of loyalty from you?
I happen to be a very loyal person. Up until the point where someone expects me to die for failing. That's not a fault, really, is it? I mean, unless you're the sort who would do the same thing, in which case I don't come very well recommended, I suppose.
This is such an unexpected dialogue between our assassin and us. Because, see, I knew I had a good feeling about us being hunted. Just didn't know it was going to be this. This is great. Welcome aboard.
What? You're taking the assassin with us now? Does that really seem like a good idea?
It doesn't seem like not a good idea. Maybe. If you want to kill him, Alistair, then do it. Don't worry about it. We can use him. We're taking him because I say so, end of story. You're here, aren't you? Collecting cast-offs. I feel like that's his sense of humor.
Ow. Maybe true, but ow. Oh, whatever. I'm sure you know best.
A fine plan, but I would examine your food and drink far more closely from now on, were I you.
That's excellent advice for anyone.
For anyone.
I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
That's so crazy. How cool. How unexpected. Zevran. Also a rogue. Like, he's a really interesting character. What a weird band we're putting together. Bunch of weirdos.
Oh, blast it. Yes.
Who should we?
Horse.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll walk around for a minute. Oh, Alistair did not like that. That's a -10. And then a -3 for Morgan. Alistair. No, buddy. Come on now. Poor guy. Okay, these are... No, he's gonna keep the shield. He's got cool armor.
Of course.
Makes sense. Assassin. Right, if we go look at Sequibby, he needs some new stuff. Never mind, no he fucking doesn't. Whoa. 9.1, 4.8? 15 crit backstab damage? Oh my god. Leather gloves. Mixed metal rounds. Give him that. This is pretty cool. Alright, what do you got? Mark of Death. He says it marks a target, revealing weaknesses that others can exploit. All attacks against marked target deal additional damage. Oh. Cool. Nice. Exploit weakness. A keen eye and a killer instinct help the assassin exploit a target's weak points. During a successful backstab attack, the assassin deals additional damage based on cunning. He's got level 3 stealth. Momentum flurry, weapon sweep. Oh, he's good. See, he says he's good at lockpicking, but he has no points in lockpicking. What's he doing? Who's he trying to fool? Big on poison. Okay. Yeah, that's a big sword. Okay, well, this is fucking great. We have an assassin. Part of our team.
Alright, alright.
Friends of Red Jenny. Well, the task was never promised to be easy. You said you could find the Circle Tower, and you were believed. You could enter the Circle Tower, and you were believed. Find the small painted box in First Enchanter Irving's office and deliver it to the door marked in Denerim as agreed. Or be prepared to find yourself hunted across Ferelden. Friends of Red Jenny. Sketch map of several doors. It requires the box to be placed on it to block out false leads. Ooh, that's neat. You've acquired the small painted box, as requested by the Friends of Red Jenny. The reward, however, is waiting off in the Market District. Denerim. Another reason to go to Denerim. Gonna have a big day in Denerim. That's for sure. It's kind of convenient we just went to the tower, too. So we covered all that ground. Alright, let's just grab these. I don't know if it's all assassins, but he's charming. He doesn't seem like too bad of a guy.
Here I am.
Here you are.
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Some questions. What does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the Crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training, the sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is a desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
It's surprising how... Oh my god. You know, it's a straightforward desire. So you have to be a murderer. So you have to be a murderer to kill people? It doesn't take any special skill. You did quite well, no doubt.
Within the Crows, I did. But it has been something the Crows have devoted a great deal of time to perfecting. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
And so that explains like marking the target and then extra damage, backstab damage, and everything from his skill set. So they could be useful for a straight up battle. You always use poison then?
I do. It is not something inherent in an assassin's skills, however, merely something complementary. Of course, the crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we? Hmm?
That's fair. Guess we'll chat more when we get... We'll chat more when we get back at camp. Let's see, it should take us the rest of the way. Great. Alright, we're here to finish business. That's what we're doing. I don't know how far we're gonna get, but I want to definitely at least... beat Haramont's champion. That's what I want to do. Not beat them as Haramont's champion. That's what I want to do. Piotin. It's going down. Before we do that, we're gonna go to... Where's Deck? Yeah.
Hello, how can I... Oh, it's you! And it's been, well, quite a while. Enough time to get to the circle and back, I hope. Oh, please tell me what they said.
Such energy. Accepted you. First Enchanter Irving accepted you for study. You can go to the circle and live alongside the Tranquil.
Ancestors, bless you! I can't believe it! There hasn't even been a dwarven observer in the circle since Urelden in the 13th century! I need to pack. No, my parents would get suspicious. I need to go. Is there anything I should bring? Books? Tuition?
Tuition? A little token of your gratitude would be nice. Nothing. The mages need every ally they can get. Ooh. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing.
Of course, a reward. I was just bringing some lyrium in from the storeroom. Will that do? I have either a lyrium rune that can be implanted in any weapon, or some of the serum mages use. Which do you want?
Oh. The rune.
Here you go. I hope it's enough to thank you. I'll never forget what you did. If you ever go to the circle again, maybe I'll see you there.
Oh. I didn't understand. Oh no, I didn't know I was asking for a reward. I thought she would say like, what should she give to the circle? Like, what should she bring? I was like, I don't know, token of gratitude, just something nice, like a bottle of wine. Something like that. I didn't expect it to be for us. Whoa. A master? Dwemer rune? That's cool. 8% spell resistance on the master rune. That's great. That's very cool. All right. And that... Wait a minute. Hold on. Son of a bitch. They built it. This is nice. Look at that. Well put together.
Welcome to what will soon be Orzammar's first chantry. The chant of light will reach all corners of the world. We will never forget who made this possible.
I serve only on draw. Stay. Good. Expect a plaque on the door. I I hope that's like a joke.
I will, see what I can do.
Just joking, man. It's all good.
Isn't it wonderful that the chant is being spread here in Orzammar?
Maker, turn his gaze on you.
Turn it and spread. As is his will. And his will be done. Okay. I guess we gotta make our way.
So those designs you have all over your back.
They're called tattoos, and I have them in many more places than just on my back, my friend.
Right. I hear that someone gets those by having needles put the ink under your skin.
A great many needles, amongst other things, yes. That would be true.
Didn't that hurt?
Oh, yes, yes. But it is not so bad, in truth. If you like, I could give you one. I learned a bit of the art myself in Antiva.
Oh, no. No, I don't think so.
Come, it will just be a small one. Perhaps the symbol of the Grey Wardens. Something manly. Where are my needles?
Maybe some
my
other
God.
time. I'm going to go stand over here now.
He's nervous. That's so funny. Could have many other places. But many tattoos. How long has this been here? That's weird. I don't think there's no way this was I don't think this wasn't always here. No. I don't think so. That's new.
I'll get on it.
Wow, look at that. Key to the city. Pursuant to Order 5-1A, no dwarf or interdominiant indeterminate God caste may conduct business in the commons. This was subsequently clarified by the Assembly to mean that the owning and operating of stalls and kiosks is limited to those of identified and approved house names with traceable ancestor lineage of at least 3 generations. 3 generations. Exceptions include individual purchases of goods or services from established stalls or kiosks, provided the funds are presented at the opening of the transaction at the discretion of the stall or kiosk owner. I'm sure you understand the need to maintain strict quality control over all goods and services that flow through Orzammar, especially when we are making a concerted effort to encourage outside investment. Standards of Dusttown and that of the common brand simply not sufficient. Your trade permit is hereby denied. From a judgment of the Assembly Trade Council regarding middles, reclaimed wares. Wow. Simply not sufficient. Wow. The restriction of your authority is a temporary consideration and not a verdict imposed lightly. The Assembly feels that efforts to maintain the sanctity of the proving is faltered. This is a gentleman's contest where future generals and respected veterans display their skills. It is intended to be inspiring and remind the lower caste why their leaders lead. We acknowledge the usefulness of a forum for settling of honor debts, and concede that the occasional defeat of a noble can serve as appeasement, provided it is by a peer and the contest is properly adjudicated. Extending this practice to lower castes would provide a dangerous and barbaric precedent. We have already seen the disruption that an unauthorized fighter can cause. Recent brainets and similar incidents should be discouraged with all possible prejudice. Right? And we read this and the one at the bottom here before, but it's sort of like I wanted to reread it because it really shows, it really shows how they view things, where the proving was made for a reason, right? And now they just use it like a spectacle. It's like not even not even like gladiators. It's just to like flex, it seems, right? And then then obviously, like, you know, fight your betters or surpass those and surpass others and be better. But you know, a lot of the roots of the proving seem to have been lost or deliberately ignored, right? And now they show this, right, the heavy restriction and like approval process for trade. Like, they want trade, but they want the right kind of trade, and they want the right kind of people doing that trade. Orzamar's not looking too good. You know, they talk like they're trying to make the city better and, you know, really improve things, but they're so stubborn of sticking with some of the old ways when it's very clear that some of those ways aren't working anymore. They're just not.
What are you doing? Get over to the ring or they're never gonna start the fights.
See, I was just leaving.
Well, good luck. I'll be watching for you.
Cool. Alright, guys. Here it is. Only a few episodes ago, we were here, spent several hours fighting the fight, and now we're gonna do it again. Before we do, make sure he's good. Now, let's see. I definitely want... So I feel like this has been working out. Elite or higher, Mark of Death. Maybe not elite or higher. Normal or higher. Okay, guess how much does this cost? Okay, so we can keep popping it on future ones. I kind of want to bring him in. I want to see what he can do. I do. Because the other one would be Liliana, which I think we could do. But right now, let's do it.
Good, you're back. I was about to start looking for you. Are you ready to fight? The crowd is eager to see another victory.
And they will. And I'm ready to give it to them.
Go down to the ring then. I'll be right there. This is a glory proving, fought under the eyes of the paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. Only 2 warriors remain. Fighting for his royal cousin Balin, Piotr Idukan has led his team to triumph over every unit so far. Challenging him on behalf of Lord Heremont, the Grey Warden has risen from nothing to stand at the competition summit. Each will lead a full unit of 4 soldiers to see once and for all whom the ancestors favor.
You fight well, but your judgment is questionable. The throne will never leave House Idukan.
You know, the only downside to this is we haven't picked a side. Seems like we have, you know, in this moment, but, you know, our decision doesn't pick who's actually the king. But it is unfortunate that Idukan is connected with our sister. It's a bit dicey. We just don't accept your blood.
Last one standing will be declared victor! Fight!
Here we go. Going after you. Go after you. You know what? You do your thing. I'm gonna go do this. Nice. Oh. Hold on. There we go. Oh, that's a good swing. Oh. Oh. Hold on. Oh, one down. Yikes. Ow. Ow. Help. Nope. Bro. Okay, okay, okay. Damn it. Look, listen, I know I could do this with Wynn, and she would heal us, but I feel I need to do it this way.
Let's see what you're made of!
Oh boy. Oh. All right. Oh, that literally only happens directly in front of us. We're better. We're better than last time. Okay. I think we just need to manage it a little bit better.
Good. The crowd is eager to see.
You fight well, but you're...
No, we're taking you out first. You're problematic. Cool. Good lord, dude. Already? I guess he can keep doing that. Ugh. Oh. Okay, okay, and then you. Damn it, Baragor. Oh. There we go. Okay. Ah, damn it. Ooh. Gonna make those. We're gonna make these. Oof. Okay, 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 okay. Oh. Nice. Bro. Mm. Dude. Oh my god. Okay, he is no joke. Still. Mm. Dude. Oh. Oop. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. Hold. Hold. Hold on. Wait. Oh god.
Very well.
Hold him. I will beat it this. We will defeat it this way.
You fight well, but your judgment is
Skill based. This is skill. Because I know we could bring in Win. She'd be healing us. It'd be fantastic. But oh wow. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. Ugh, he's having a bad time. Oh, look at that face. Oh, sorry, man. Ooh. Okay, you. Ah, shit. Yikes. Oh my god. Oh, wait. Nah, this is a bust. God damn it, man. Come on. I think we have to focus this guy. I think we have to take his right hand out. He's the tankiest. Like, taking out the smaller ones is obviously easier, but I think focusing
Good,
him...
you're back. The crowd is... You fight well.
Ooh. We'll do this. Come on. Oh, bro. Oh, no. Okay. Ugh. Damn it. All right. Okay. Okay. Ow. Make those. Make these. Make these. We're gonna drop this. Bam. Nice. Get him. Get him while he's down.
So be it.
Ugh. Ow.
I need healing. I am hurt.
Use the... My god. Ooh. Oh, he is beelining for us. He doesn't like it. Nope. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ooh. And that was it.
The winner is the Grey Warden! Congratulations! You defeated the man Prince Trian himself once called the Horns of my army. Do you deny this Grey Warden has earned the championship? Then it is my honor to declare this Grey Warden champion of the Proving, who has shown that the ancestors favor Lord Heremont.
It was an honor. May the Assembly heed the ancestors and choose Heremont naturally. Are we done then? Because I could use a drink.
Spoken like a true warrior!
Look at us. That's what we're talking about. We did it. And look, only minor head trauma. Merely minor head trauma. Everybody else, well, they certainly tried. Paramount will be pleased. I'm sure he will. And the thing is, I know it's a little twisty, right? Because we like her, we care for our sister, right? But choosing any of them feels weird in general. But siding with Balin just because of her seems reckless. But at the same time, we don't want anything bad to happen to her, right? And I would think even if Balin doesn't win, right? For like worst case, right? Theoretically, it's still a noble house, right? Iduken is still a noble house. She wouldn't be just like thrown back out on the streets, right? So that's that. But at the same time, I wish we could talk with both of them rather than having to pick a side, right? We basically fight for one in order to earn an audience with one of them. So is it like a facade? Okay, but either way, we're going to pick this up in the next episode. So I know this one was a little bit shorter, but I wanted to kind of tie up some ends and like kind of wrap everything up before we kind of dive headlong into the next things. So for real, thank you guys so much for watching. Huge, absolutely huge. I mean, we have an Antivan Crow assassin part of our team now, as well as what a crew. Like, so fascinating. And I mean, let's be real. The idea that we are now teaming, the assassin that Loghain hired to kill us is now teaming up with us to then go after him. It's poetry. It's going to be interesting. So I definitely want to know what you guys have to say about all this in the comments. We have a little bit more to look at in Orzammar, and then we're going to head over. Then we're likely going to head over to Denerim. See what's going on over there, because there's a lot to do. So, see you guys then. Bye-bye.